Many thanks for joining us this afternoon. We're getting some latest updates of information, and when the news breaks out, of course, you can trust TV3 to be the first to bring it to you. We're out and about in town, and information we're picking up indicate that an acute diesel shortage has hit some filling stations in the capital. So TV3 reporters are scouting through the various petrol stations in Accra, and we're trying to get up to the minute report on exactly what is happening. Now we're told that there is an acute diesel shortage in the capital. Well, we're being joined on the line by Sandra Amakwe, our reporter who is directly responsible for energy issues. Well, Sandra, many thanks for joining us on the line. Has anyone told you about reasons for this recent shortage?
Kweku, for now, what I've gathered from my sources is that the banks are refusing to issue letters of credit to the BDCs in order to get the products into the market. But I have visited some filling stations in Accra, and I can confirm that some of the filling stations have run out of diesel. I visited the Total filling station at Zongo Junction, 2 of them. One filling station, the Gold filling station at Nima, another Shell filling station at Nima also, and they all don't have diesel.
Now, do you think this would only stay with diesel, or with time it will trickle down into other petroleum products like, other petroleum products?
Okay, speaking to the supervisors of the station, they are saying that currently they don't have problem with petrol. It has to do with diesel. They make orders and the orders don't come in. And from what I've gathered from the bulk oil distributing companies, the issue has got to do with the letters of credit. And so they are unable to get diesel into the market. For now, that is it. But if you can recall, barely 2 months ago, we ran out of petrol. And then it's likely that we are going to hit a diesel shortage if they don't get the rest of their money they have requested for from government.
Just before you go, now have you interacted with some drivers who mainly use diesel operating cars?
Yeah, I have. I got in contact with one person who even ran out of diesel and so had to park his car, and then he was moving around to get 1 gallon from other filling stations. So I spoke to him, and he was saying that you have the money you want to buy the product, and then you are not getting access to it. That's it. And so it's affecting their business. You have people in the car, and all of a sudden you run out of diesel and you can't get it. That is it.
Obviously, frustrations in their faces. Sandra Amakwe, who's in charge of energy in TV3 Newsroom, reporting on those updates. Thank you very much. We're looking at other stories in here. Minority members of parliament have asked the government to stop the $300 million VTB capital loan facility before going to the IMF for a bailout. Well, the minority group said there was no consensus with the majority before the loan was approved. Jerry Akno's report.
VTB Bank is one of the leading universal banks of Russia. In March 2014, Parliament approved the $300 million loan from the VT Bank of Russia to provide logistics to the Ghana Armed Forces in their peacekeeping operations. The spokesperson of the Minority Caucus of Parliament, Dr. Antonia Kotose, noted the 7% London interbank rate on a capital loan is too high for the country to accommodate in the midst of the economic challenges.
We do not also know their sources of funds and other critical details such as the latest annual reports, credit rating, and audited financial statements. Our objection to the approval of the facility, as presented earlier to the House, remains very relevant.
They claim the country should rethink about the loan because both the European Union and the United States of America have imposed sanctions on Russia for invading Ukraine. This, the minority members of parliament fear, would have negative effects on Ghana. According to the minority MPs, the loan was not properly laid before Parliament. The Minister of Finance and Defense Ministry failed to name the co-lenders of the credit facility.
In the light of government's decision to seek a bailout from the IMF, we call on government to abandon the chase for the VTB facility to avoid Ghana also being sanctioned by the European Union and the US.
They added VTB Capital as a lender and sole agent of the loan credit facility is unlawful in financial negotiations.
VTB Capital is to act first as the lender, as the arranger, as well as the facility agent. Is illogical and indeed unjustifiable, as it engenders a conflict of interest situation on the part of VTB Capital.
The minority pointed out that they will, at the appropriate time, state their positions on the IMF bailout.
All right, so you can stay interactive on our social media platform, tv3network.com, and get us updates on your area. If you have enough diesel, you can stay interactive with us, and we'll make sure your views are heard. My name is Kweku Teme. Many thanks for staying with us on the business segment. We're coming back, and we're doing nothing than the best of sport.